5 simple steps for retiring early. Many people want to retire early. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. Not only do you have to earn enough money to put aside for an early retirement, but you have to make sure you know exactly what you'll need, accounting for various costs, including healthcare, housing, and potentially long-term care as you get older. Plus, you have to be disciplined enough to keep to a budget during your working years so that you can actually save enough money for retirement. If you want to retire early, there are a few rules you should follow and contingencies to plan for. First, figure out what you need. The first and most crucial step to retiring early: know what you'll need in retirement. The rule many experts stand by is that to have the same standard of living you have now, you'll need about 80% of your current income in retirement. If you are currently pulling in $100,000 in salary, you'll need to have around $80,000 in retirement income each year. Let's say you want to retire at 45 and use 90 as an aspirational life length. That's 45 years of retirement, with $80,000 needed each year. Simple math shows that you'll need $3.6 million in your retirement coffers. Second, make a budget and stick to it. That's a lot of scratch, but it shouldn't be impossible for you to save, provided you're willing to make sacrifices. The best way to make sure you're saving enough for an early retirement is to make a budget and then stick to it. Since early retirement planning is the goal, a substantial part of your budget will go towards saving much more than if you were willing to work into your 60s like most people do. That may mean foregoing vacations, living in a less expensive home, or cutting down on your entertainment budget. Third, figure out your strategy. The next step is to figure out how you're going to go about saving all the money you need to. There are several available options, but some make more sense than others. If you have access to a workplace retirement account like a 401k, it's probably in your best interest to use that, especially if your company has an employer match program. This is a perk some companies offer where they will match some or all of the money you put into your 401k, which is essentially free money. Make sure you sign up for your 401k plan as soon as possible and put in the highest percentage you can. Most plans also allow you to use an automatic increase, raising the percentage you contribute each year. Fourth, don't forget to account for healthcare. You may feel healthy as a horse right now, but that probably won't last throughout your retirement. You need to account for how much you'll need to pay in healthcare costs, both now and in the future. Once you turn 65, you'll be eligible for Medicare. If you're trying to retire early, though, you could have decades to account for before you are eligible. Knowing how you'll get insurance and how much it will cost is key to making a plan to retire early. Also, don't forget about the possibility of needing long-term care later in life. One way to plan for this is to purchase long-term care insurance now. Lastly, remember Social Security. The good news is that you won't need to create all of your retirement income. Some of it will come in the form of Social Security, once you reach a certain age. Retiring early will probably mean you don't get that much Social Security income, but when you're planning for retirement, every penny counts. Retiring early is possible, but it takes a good amount of planning and dedication. You need to figure out how much money you'll need, and then you need to save it. To get there, you'll need to stick to a budget and make sure you aren't forgetting any possible expenses.